8 hours ago here on the channel, I made a video for you all titled, I just bought crypto and here's why. Now, in that video, what I told you all was that the pullback that we were seeing, I believe, was fully caused by manipulation. I said, sure, there may be some small technical reasons. Sure, there may be some small fundamental reasons. But at the end of the day, the only reason Bitcoin's price is pulling back like this truly is because of manipulation. And I'm not playing this game. I'm not letting this little pullback scare me. I'm not getting involved and getting all emotional and getting all worried and fearful because of this pullback. Matter of fact, I'm going to do the opposite. I think we're in a good spot. I think we are going to see some sort of economic policy shift sometime in the future. And because of that, I'm going to buy some crypto. Now, in that video, I did warn you. I said, listen, although I don't think that Bitcoin's price is going to keep falling from here, although I don't think that Bitcoin's price is going to go to, say, $110,000, it is possible because of the amount of liquidations that there are in the market. I showed you all this chart and I said, listen, there's still around $6 billion worth of liquidations back around 110K. So if these lizards are feeling real lizardy, they might push Bitcoin's price all the way down to 110. And even though I don't think that's going to happen, it's a possibility. And if that does happen, I'll put more money in. Well, fast forward 8 hours, you look at the Bitcoin price and look at this bullshit. Bitcoin's price absolutely nuked, straight down to $110,000, wiping out all of those leverage long trades that we saw in the market in this morning's video. Now, again, guys, this caught me off guard. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it didn't. It caught me off guard. I was not expecting Bitcoin to make that move. But I told you all, this is a possibility, and you have to understand these games. You have to understand that the lizard people are incentivized to force you out of your positions. They want you to sell your crypto so they can accumulate it at lower prices before they let the asset go up and they make more money. Okay? They're incentivized to do that. And you have to be prepared for it. And we were prepared for it. And so I did make a move. When Bitcoin's price fell, and as it has been falling, I bought Bitcoin at $111.5 thousand. So in that video I made this morning, I wasn't just BSing you guys. No, I stood by it. I walked it like I talked it. And as Bitcoin's price did fall, I was able to go in and buy some Bitcoin right around an $111.5 thousand level. Why? Because this pullback, in my opinion, was nothing more than a liquidity flush. We didn't see any bad news. We didn't see any huge technical indicator shift. We didn't see anything truly happen to cause this. Whereas when you go look on chain, you clearly could see it. Centralized exchanges and market makers making weird moves. And the second that they start making weird moves, weird shit like this happens. And so what was this that we just saw? It was a liquidity hunt. And if this is the first bad liquidity hunt you've been a part of, welcome to the party. The water's warm. Go ahead and get on in. Right? But at the end of the day, you just got to get used to it. It's just what happens in this market. And you have to be willing to understand that this doesn't mean that Bitcoin's price can't pump now. It doesn't mean that the market's going to just forever dump now. No, these are the games that the lizard people play in order to force you out your positions. And I'm not going to be one of those people who get forced out. So what did I do again? I went in and I took some of the profit that I bought way back here, the profits that I took way back here, and threw it back in right here, all of them. I threw some of my profits from right here and right here whenever I made that video this morning. I threw all the rest of the profits that I took just back in, just a full-blown reinvestment. And I'm aware, right, we might eat this wick. And if you don't know what that means, sometimes when Bitcoin's price does make a wick this big, what it'll do is it'll like kind of trickle down and have some closes down that wick, and then it'll try to make a move. So listen, I know we might see Bitcoin's price eat that wick, but at the end of the day, I'm fine with it because I believe that this was nothing more than a liquidity flush that is going to turn into Bitcoin's price trying to make a run back to the top side of the channel. Now, I may be wrong. Hell, I was wrong this morning. I didn't think Bitcoin was going to fall back down to 110, and it did. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to let that discourage me from my strategy. And my strategy remains the same. Buy Bitcoin anytime that it falls in the dark green or the light green box, and take profit anytime it hits the top side of the descending channel. We have done it over and over and again. Boom. We bought in, took profits. Bought in, took profits, took profits. Bought in, took profits. So guess what? We bought in. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to ride this puppy to the top. Bitcoin's price, I think, is going to try to make a move back towards the top side. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take more profits off the table. We have compounded more gains in this descending move from the Bitcoin price than most people have been able to make since Bitcoin pushed over $60,000. And that is because we have stuck to the strategy and accumulated the lows and sold the highs. And so on a day like today, where Bitcoin even surprises me with a move to the downside, downside, the lizard people surprise me with the liquidation hunt, I'm still going to stick to the strategy. Not getting emotional, not getting worried, not getting fearful. I'm not joining that crowd. They can have fun with that. No, I'm jumping in and I'm accumulating Bitcoin at these lower levels, looking for this to be the liquidity flush. And look, if Bitcoin's price wants to eat the wick, if it wants to come down to say back to around $111.5 thousand, guess what? I'll just buy some more. Totally fine with me. I'm cool with that because I am confident in my strategy and I'm going to stick to it. You look at the 4-hour charts. I mean, look what's happening here, guys. We saw Bitcoin's price create this higher low on the RSI while the price itself created the lower low. That is standard textbook bullish divergence. It just goes to show that even though this price moved downwards, there was no strength behind it. It's actually losing strength to the downside. And what does that imply? It implies that the move upward will be easier now than it was a couple of days ago. And that's all that I need. I need these confirmations. I need these small little bias confirmations in order to stick to my strategy. And so that's what I'm doing. So look, I made the video for you all this morning. I bought a little Bitcoin. Didn't think its price was going to dump, but it dumped. So guess what? I'm doubling down on the strategy. I'm sticking to it, and I'm not letting these lizard people scare me out the market. At the end of the day, you go look at, liquidation map. Let's see if we can go back, pull it back up here. You go look at the liquidation map, there's not much left, right? Like you look at, say, the 30 days. Sure, there's some down there, and Bitcoin's price might again go eat that wick to the downside, but the majority of these leveraged long traders are out the market. 30-day, gone. 7-day, gone. 1 day, a little bit more, but gone, right? All that leverage that was to the downside that we talked about in this video is now gone. And now that that's not there, these lizard people are not going to be as incentivized to force its price down, and that's why I believe that a reversal here for Bitcoin would make a lot of sense. So I'm going in, bought a bit of Bitcoin with the profit that I took right here, and that's just the play that I'm gonna make. So as per usual, guys, you know what I'm gonna do. In the morning, I will be here first thing in the AM, updating you on how all this plays out, how the purchases that I made play out, and what I'm expecting next. But I just wanted to make this quick follow-up video again because look, I wasn't expecting this move that we got, and I want to make sure that you guys are always as up to date as possible. So if you have been enjoying these updates and these frequent uploads every single day, please do let me know by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.